It's just you. Okay. Marker. Okay, this is the last game of the stream. I'm not going to show the whole game because I'm bored out of my mind with the game, but I'll show you the end of it. Okay. So this is the game. Irina Krush. She's board 3 for the U.S. and she's playing the Indian board 3, Agrawal, Vantika. And the engine says all zeros. Materials equal. Black has more space on the king side. Irina has this fantastic bishop, and the C pawn is isolated and weak. A pawn is isolated. Both sides have advantages, and the engine says it's about equal. Unfortunately, black can seize the initiative, and white has to defend correctly, and both sides have a minute left. So, practically speaking, I would say the advantage is with black. If two engines are playing, the game will end in a draw. If two super GMs are playing, probably a draw. But with the time situation, it's better to have black here because black is the one that can seize the initiative. Okay. I placed an order with merch. The more orders you place, the more money we have. Yeah, Cry Like a Grandmaster is very funny. If you guys want to laugh a lot, and there's some jokes you won't get, so you can ask people to explain them, you should order Cry Like a Grandmaster from the merch store. It's very funny. Okay, so black played f4, and in this position, white only has one move that draws, and otherwise black is winning. And Irina, with a minute on her clock, didn't find it. Let's see how many of you can find the only drawing move for white. So like when the engine says it's equal, like black doesn't have to play perfectly to draw, but white does. So black's actually better. White can easily lose, but it's very difficult to get an equal position. Okay, the correct answer is King H1, which was not played. And the engine says best play is Rook F8, Rook G1, FE3, FE3, Rook F5, and it's equal for some reason. I'd still rather have black, but okay. Irina's move loses. She, instead of playing King H1, she took on F4, which is the second best move. And now black has one move that wins, otherwise black's losing. And it's pretty obvious what the move is. It's E3, threatening E2. And this position, Irina made a further mistake. The best move is Rook takes knight, and black is up 2.7. That's still losing. But she played F5, which is the second best move. And in this position, black only has one winning move. Otherwise, it's equal. What's the only winning move for black? And with a minute on her clock, she found it. And when Irina played F5, she only had 3 seconds on her clock. And then she gets 30 seconds added after making the move. What's the only winning move for black? Well, random user. If I had rephrased the question to what's the only winning move, knight f4 does win, but not for black. But I did say black is winning, so knight f4 is not correct. I like the answer from Toast. Queen takes g5. Even though there's nothing on g5. That's why I like it. Good answer. I don't know if he meant queen g5 or queen takes f5. I don't know. Yeah, queen takes g5. That's, yeah. I agree. Yeah, my chess spot's pretty good. I played it twice and we drew. Okay, so the only answer is queen g5, which was played. Okay, and now it doesn't matter what white does. White's lost. She played rook takes d5. Taking the rook wins, but e takes f2 is better. So for example, if you play king h1, for example, I take the queen and then play rook e1 check. So you can't play king h1. If you play king h2, then I take this, I'm threatening rook e1, and I'm up the exchange, and this pawn's hanging, and this pawn's good. So resigns. Okay. You can't take with the rook because your queen's hanging, so Irina took the pawn with king takes f2, and now black has forced mate. She played queen g3, king g1's the only legal move, and then rook e2. So black never did capture the rook on d5. Black was busy checkmating white. Now, to avoid mate, white has to play queen h6 check, which only temporarily avoids mate. So here, white resigned. And that equalized the match for India. That was the last game, the finish, I think. India was down 2-1. So in this position, if white had played perfectly for the remainder of the game, and black did also, the game would have been a draw. But black is fighting for the win. And e takes f4 was the losing move, and she was losing after that. And king h1 would have given white good chances to draw, but she didn't find it. And she's in time trouble. That's a hard move to find anyway. So, but yeah, it turns out that this e3, black is crashing through, and white doesn't have enough defense of the king. So good game by Vantika, and the U.S. women drew the Indian women, which is a good result for the U.S. Indian women are better.